Please give me 5 minutes. I'll just. Yes, கேக்குதா? Hello. Hello. Guys, கேக்குதா? சசி சக்தி.
bro. கேக்குது bro.
Okay, okay. So again, it's வந்து three types of location strategy பார்த்தோம். One region, இன்னொன்று availability zone, other one is edge location. So each region has multiple availability zone and each multiple availability zones has different edge locations. அப்போ edge location எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா நம்மளுடைய டேட்டாவை கேட்சி பண்றதுக்காக மட்டும்தான் அந்த edge location. நம்மளுடைய டேட்டாவை கேட்சி பண்றதுக்காக மட்டும்தான் we have an edge location. So in order to increase the speed. So I hope everybody would have been created this AWS account create பண்ணிருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். So again, I'll just log into this account. Just log in. So there are different services in AWS. AWS we are seeing what is meant by region, what is meant by availability zone, and what is meant by edge location. So every details we know. There is one service called EC2. There is one service called EC2 services, which is Elastic Cloud Computing. EC2 is nothing but Elastic Cloud Computer. This C, cloud and compute, that is why it is called as C2. EC1, C2. So that is why it is called as EC2, which is Elastic Cloud Compute. So it is nothing but it is a virtual machine. It is nothing but it is a virtual machine. Or sometimes I may say it is an instance. Sometimes I may call it as server. இதை ஒரு virtual machine சொல்லலாம், இல்ல instance சொன்னாலும் same தான். Or sometimes இதை நான் server சொன்னாலும் it is same. So virtual machine, what is meant by physical machine then? இப்போ நம்மளுடைய laptop, the laptop which we have, the system which we use is physical machine. Inside that physical machine, we are having one more virtual machine. We are creating one virtual machine. Inside the AWS, I am creating one virtual machine, which means we don't have any physical desktop, physical laptop at all. Through network. Sorry.
Video is below.
Which means through network we are creating one virtual laptop. Which means through network we are creating one virtual laptop. So physical machine versus virtual machine. Physical machine is nothing but the laptop or this system which we have in order to connect to our classes. The laptop which we have in your home is called physical machine. Virtual machine, inside that physical machine, we are creating one virtual machine, virtual OS, virtual laptop or virtual system, like in order to do some activities, in order to perform some activities. So that is called EC2. EC2 is nothing but it is a virtual machine. EC2 is nothing but it is a virtual machine. So then we are going to see how to create this EC2 instance. We are going to see how to create this EC2 instance. Okay, let's see. You see here, once you log in, just to search for EC2. Just to search for EC2. See here, under services, we have EC2. It is saying it is the virtual server of the cloud. As I said, it can be called as virtual machine, or it can be called as virtual instance, or it can be called as virtual server. So anything you can say, it is same. So see here, it is EC2. Under this, it is saying virtual servers in the cloud. Just click on this EC2. Just click on this EC2. See here, there is one option called launch instance. You click on this EC2, there is one dashboard which is called EC2 dashboard. Under this dashboard, you have an option called launch the instance. Under this dashboard, you have an option called launch the instance. Just click on this launch instance. This is the tab or this is the form in order to create one virtual machine. This is the form in order to create the virtual machine. See here, first option, I'm going for name and tax. First option, I'm going for name and tax. The name and tax, it will be under the key value pair. Name and tax, it will be the format of key and value. What is meant by key? For example, A equal to 10. Here, A is the key, value is 10. For example, name equal to my laptop. Name equal to, I'm just giving us my laptop. Here, name is the key and my laptop is the value. Here, A is the key and 10 is the value. Here, name is the key and my laptop is the value. So it is called key value pair. This is key and value. So it will be under the key value pair. And why this key value pair? Why this key value pair? It is nothing but it is a name of your machine. It is nothing but it is a name of your machine. You need to give the name of your laptop. Under which name I should take the laptop. Under which name I should create the laptop. For example, if I am just giving, see here, I'm just giving my virtual machine. I can create as anything you can give, your wish. So I can create as my virtual machine. So here, name is the key and this is a value. Name is the key and this is a value. So it should be unique. By using this only, they are going to call your machine. Hey, my virtual machine, connect to this. Hey, my virtual machine, connect to the EC2 server or connect to the cloud or connect to the GitHub or connect to any tools. This is my name of my machine. Like we have in our laptop. We would have given some name, right, in order to log in. Defaultly, if you are using Dell laptop, it will show Dell. If you are using HP laptop, it will show HP. You can change that name of that owner as well. Either you can name as Shakti or you can name as like you can also name as Sasi Praveen as well. So that is your wish. So that is called my virtual machine. And again, we can add 50 tags actually. See here, we can tag n number of tags, which means we can have 50 tags. I have already added one tag. If you want, you can add one more tag. If you want, you can add one more tag. See here, remaining 47 is pending. You can give multiple names for your machine. You can give multiple names for your machine. For example, my name, my laptop name is virtual machine. Who is the owner of this? So who is the owner of this? I'm saying like Satish is the owner of this laptop. That's all. This is one name. This is one tag. Next also I can create like which configuration, which are the company. I can give the company. I can say it is a Dell laptop. So like this, you can give n number of tags. That is up to you. Again, recommendation, we can give only one. That is your name of your laptop. If you give multiple tags also, that is fine. But you cannot add more than 50 tags. You cannot add more than 50 tags. Next important concept, which is AMI. Next important concept is AMI, which is Amazon Machine Image. AMI is nothing but it is an Amazon Machine Image. Okay, I have one question. If you are going to buy a laptop, first what you will decide? First thing what we will have in our mind. Guys, if you are going to buy a laptop, first thing I will come to your mind is what?
Specification.
Specification. Or first Windows OS, I need a Mac OS, and we first design, right? So that OS software part is called AMI. AMI is nothing but choosing the OS. AMI is nothing but choosing the OS, which operating system you need. Whether you need a Mac machine, or whether you need a Windows machine, or whether you need a Linux machine. So you need to choose based upon that. See here, it is asking. See here, it is asking. So which OS you want? Amazon itself will giving the OS as Linux. If you want Mac system, if you want to create a Mac virtual machine, you can click on this Mac OS. If you want to create an Ubuntu virtual machine, just click on Ubuntu. If you want to create one Windows OS, just click on Windows. There are Red Hat, there are SUSE Linux, we have Debian, we have, see here, it will be loaded, one minute, it will take time in order to load. See here, we have around 7,499 types of OSs over here.
Voice.
Yes, we have around 7,499 types of AMI hosted in this particular AWS. If you want, we can create one separate OMS and we can host here. See here, my AMIs. We can create anything and we can upload it over here so that we can use our own OS itself, our own software itself. So, we have around 7,499. இதுல நம்ம என்ன choose பண்ண போறோம்ன்றது we have later we will be seeing, but as of now most commonly used OS என்னன்னு பார்த்தா Linux தான். Most commonly used by all the organization is Linux OS. Even AWS, right? AWS உடைய database இருக்குல்ல, data centers இருக்குல்ல, even they are using Linux OS. Every IT companies are into Linux OS because of the performance and it is speed when compared to Windows or Mac or some other OSs. Yeah, like Linux is something, it is a command line OS full command. Like Linux OS இப்படிதான் இருக்கும். நீங்க you cannot see virtually any browser நீங்க பார்க்க முடியாது, நீங்க வீடியோஸ் எல்லாம் பார்க்க முடியாது, நீங்க பாட்டு எல்லாம் கேட்க முடியாது. And again just only for working purpose. ஏதாவது சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணலாம், அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் கூட we can just play. அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் கூட நான் ஜாவா இன்ஸ்டால் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா we can do a program through a command line itself. இது மட்டும் தான் நமக்கு இருக்கும், இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட் மட்டும், இந்த ஒரு கமாண்ட் ப்ராம்ப்ட் மட்டும் தான் நமக்கு OS. அதான் Linux OS. நீங்க வந்து you cannot open the browser, there will not be Google Chrome browser, Firefox, Edge and all அதெல்லாம் நீங்களால பார்க்க முடியாது. நீங்க போயிட்டு something search பண்றீங்கன்னா அதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது. Linux OS is only for the performance. Linux OS is only for the working organization. Organizationல work பண்றவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் தான் we are going into Linux OS. It is not for the personal use. Linux OS யாரும் personal யூஸ்க்காகலாம் யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. Personal use போறோம் அப்படின்னா maximum we will go for Windows or we will go for Mac. அவ்வளவுதான், அதை தாண்டி we won't go. But organization level we will be using the Amazon Linux only or the Linux OS only. Okay, yeah. And again, this Linux is right. We are choosing the Linux OS. Okay. So first I'm going to buy a laptop. I have decided, I have I have decided to choose the OS as Linux. I have decided to choose the OS as Linux. Or in real time, if you want to buy the Windows machine, you want to buy the Windows machine. Okay. So you will be, after paying the money, you will be provided the laptop, right? In that laptop, there will be some pre-installed software, right? That laptop, there will be some pre-installed software. For example, if you are buying itself, there will be a calculator. If you are buying itself, there will be a Windows Media Player. Correct. If you are buying itself, there is a Windows PowerShell, Windows Media Player. Or if you are buying itself, you are having a camera app at all. So we don't want to manually install the software. There will be some set of predefined softwares as well, pre-installed softwares as well. Same way, when you select the AMI in your AWS, we will also get the OS which you have selected plus the pre-installed softwares. We will also get the OS we have selected plus the pre-installed software we will be getting whenever we selected AMI. Is clear with this? As of now, any doubts?
Okay.
Okay. See here, this is where we are going to select the OS. Already I have selected Amazon Linux. Under this, which version you want? There are different versions in Linux OS. Like as if you take Windows, right? There are Windows 7, 10, we have 11. Also previously we have 2022, 7 and all we have. So based upon that, Linux also has different version. See here, it is also Linux A2 AMI. It is also Linux 2 AMI. Then what is the difference? You see here, it is kernel 4.4 version. It is kernel 5.10 version. So that is the difference. Again, you cannot select this versions and all because it is not free. See here, there is one tag called free tier eligible. Whichever is free, that only we can use it as of now. if you are into organization, they might have been chosen some different, by paying some huge sum of amount, they would have chosen the EMI. But as of now, we are using the free version, correct? So then you need to choose whichever is free tier eligible. We need to choose that version. So I'm just choosing this AMI 2 kernel 5.4 Linux machine. Okay. I have selected the OS as well as the version, which is 5.10 version, and there is some 64-bit and 36. It will support both. What is by 64-bit and 36? Even if you see here this PC, see here, go to this PC, right click and properties. Right click and properties. It is showing as 64-bit operating system. It is showing as 64-bit operating system, which means our system is 64-bit operating system and 64 based processor. Some laptop may be 32-bit processor. Some laptop may be 32-bit operating system. So here we need to choose 64, 86 also, which means 32-bit. So this version is supporting both 64-bit as well as 32-bit. 86 will be called as 32-bit only. There is no bit called 86-bit and all that we don't have in any OS and all. There is only 2 bits. One is 32, another one is 64. If you choose 64-bit, it also supports the 32-bit architecture. If you choose 64-bit, it will also support the 32-bit operating system as well. Okay. Now we are successfully chosen the software part. Now we are successfully chosen the what is the software part. Okay, software part is done. So next type we are going for instance type. Next thing we are going for instance type. Okay. So there is 1 minute. Okay. Next thing, it is an instance. Okay, we have successfully chosen the software part. Then we need to decide the hardware part, right? Which how many bit I need, how much of RAM I need, how much of storage I need, what is the processor I need. I need to choose, right? So that is called hardware part, instance type. So EMI is nothing but a software part of the OS which you are choosing. Whereas instance type is nothing but it is a hardware part of your OS. Instance type is nothing but it is a hardware part of your OS. Okay. Now, see here, there is multiple instance type. If you click on this compare instance type, see here, there are around 625 instance type. There are around 625 instance type under this T2 micro, under this T2 micro. So what is T2 micro? What is T1 micro? That and all later we'll be seeing out. So there are around 625 instance type. There are around 625 instance type which are going to select. Okay. Now the first question in interview point of view, they'll be asking you the first question: how you will choose the workload? How you will choose the workload of your application? How you will choose the how you will choose the instance type? Let's ask. In interview itself, they will ask on what basis you choose the instance type. On what basis you will choose the instance type? You need to say first based upon virtual CPU. Second, I will be looking into memory. Third, I will be looking for the network performance. Third, I'll be looking for the network performance. So there are three types we need to consider. One is virtual CPU, another one is memory, another one is network performance. You see here, CPU. How much of virtual CPU count you are going to ask? If you buy any system, if you buy any desktop, you will be getting one CPU, right? In order to connect, in order to store, or in order to access your system or access your monitor, you definitely need a CPU. CPU இல்லாம என்னோட சிஸ்டம் ஒர்க்கே ஆகாது. அப்ப அந்த CPU ல என்ன நல்லா இருக்கும்? hard disk, processor, RAM, motherboard, full-ஆவே அதுக்குள்ளதான் இருக்கும். So we need a CPU. Again, I need to choose how many CPUs I need, virtual CPUs I need. Okay, you have chosen. See here, it is a memory, RAM. How much of RAM you need? Either you need 1 GB or you need 2 GB or you need 4, 18, 16, 32 GB. Also, you can buy. So I need to choose this. Again, I need to choose the network performance. See here, it is low to moderate. It is low to moderate. There are up to 5 gigabyte as well. See here, 20 gigabyte, up to 10 gigabyte. There are n number of performance as well. Okay. See here, memory, how much of maximum we can store is 24,576 GB RAM we can choose. 24,560 GB RAM we can choose, which means GB RAM. But in our system, see here, we are using, I'll go to properties. We are using only 8 GB RAM. We are installed only 8 GB RAM. But AWS is giving around 24,569 GB RAM, which means how much fast our application will be. எதுக்கு RAM போறோம்? In order to boost up your performance. In order to boost up your performance. 8 GB itself is somewhat better, somewhat faster for us. And again, if you put 24,566 GB RAM, how it will perform? So how much the speed will be? That is why everyone are moving into AWS in order to optimize. Again, we cannot select this high performance instance type and all because it is very much high. Again, organization will be buying out those, but we are only eligible for this free tier. See here, it is only free tier. This was only free tier. Other than this, there is no other instance type is free tier. So where there is no other go, we need to select this. I'll be choosing one virtual CPU and 1 GB RAM, which will be very slow. 1 GB RAM and all what in mobile itself we are using 4 GB, 60 GB and all we are using. Only 1 GB we got, and again it is using 1 GB memory, and network performance is very low. There is no other option. We are using the free tier. Network option will be very slow. Okay. So we know how to choose the virtual CPU. We have families in this instance type. We have different families in this instance type. What is meant by families? We have different thing in this family. See here, we have T2.micro, T1.micro. So what is meant by T1, T2 and all? What is meant by T3.nano, T1.nano, T3.small, T3.medium? What is this actually? So this and all will come under families. So let's go. Okay, I'll go, just go for AWS instance type. See here, these are the families available in the AWS. So first thing is we have general purpose. First thing is we have general purpose. We have compute optimized. We have memory optimized. We have storage optimized. We have accelerated computing. Yeah, accelerated computing. Finally, we got the new instance as HPC optimized. So these are the families available in the instance type. So why we need this family? Then we will go for general purpose. If your application, the app which you are developing, if you are thinking, right, I don't have any bigger budget, I can say I need only the moderate performance and the balanced network performance. That is enough for me. I don't have that much of money for my website because my website is not having that much of customers and all. It is a normal site. I don't want any huge hardware and all. Only the basic level, the normal level of hardware is enough for me. That time you can choose the general purpose. எனக்கு பெரிய அளவு configuration வேண்டாம். எனக்கு 8 GB போதும். எனக்கு 500 GB hard disk போதும். எனக்கு பெரிய processor எல்லாம் வேண்டாம். நெட்வொர்க் பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் ஓரளவுக்கு நல்லா இருந்தா போதும், நெட்வொர்க் பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் மாடரேட்டா இருந்தா போதும், அண்ட் அகைன் ஸ்பீட் மாடரேட்டா இருந்தா போதும் அப்படின்னா we can choose the general purpose. அந்த டைம்ல I can choose the general purpose. முடிஞ்சிச்சு. See here, இந்த இடத்துல நான் ஜெனரல் பர்பஸ்ல போறேன். See here, under the general purpose யார் யாரெல்லாம் ஃபேமிலிஸ் here M7G Mac இது நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றது இந்த T2. நம்ம இதுல இருந்து தான் செலக்ட் பண்ணணும். T2 மைக்ரோ செலக்ட் பண்ணோம், which is free eligible, அதனால செலக்ட் பண்ணணும். அப்போ we are using the general purpose family. இது எல்லாமே ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணுமான்னு கேட்டா கண்டிப்பா கிடையாது. நீங்க இதெல்லாம் T2.nano M7G எல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியணுமா அப்படின்னு கேட்டா அதெல்லாம் யாராலையுமே ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்க முடியாது. அப்போ T2 நீங்க என்ன யூஸ் பண்றீங்களோ அதை மட்டும் நீங்க ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிட்டா போதும். T2.micro நான் யூஸ் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா that you can use. ஓகேயா? சரி, இல்ல இங்கேயே கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க, இங்க பாருங்க why general purpose ன்னு சொல்லும் போது யூஸ் கேசஸ் when we will go for general purpose. ஸோ கோட் ரெபாசிட்டரிஸ், சின்ன சின்ன ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ்க்கு அந்த மாதிரி பர்பஸ்க்கு எனக்கு மாடரேட் ஸ்பீட் இருந்தா போதும் அப்படின்னா we will go for general purpose. அப்போ when we will go for compute optimized, so some calculative projects எல்லாமே எங்க போவாங்க அப்படின்னா compute optimized போடுவாங்க. some calculative projects, இப்போ என்னுடைய அப்ளிகேஷன் மோர் கால்குலேட்டிவா இருக்கு. கம்ப்யூட்னா என்ன? கம்ப்யூட்னா கால்குலேஷன். compute is nothing but it is a calculation. If my application is more concentrating in this calculative project, I will need to choose obviously compute optimization. See here, there are different families here. C7G, 6, C4, C5A, இந்த மாதிரி எக்கச்சக்கமா இருக்கு. Again, see when we will go for, see here, if your application is something, if you are doing some distributed analytics, or if you are doing some high performance computing, or if you are developing some multiplayer gaming, or if you are working in some video encoding softwares and all, at that time I can choose the compute optimized family. At that time I can choose the complete compute optimized family. Then what is mean by memory optimized? If your focus is on memory, if you are focusing upon performance, if you are focusing upon like good performance or good speed or good amount of memory, at that time I can go for memory, maybe for database projects and all. If you are storing some large amount of data, if you are storing some large amount of data, or like we are like in database we have a number of data. See here, when I will go for memory optimized, I will go for database projects and all. Or if you are using some big data analytics projects and all, we will go for this memory optimized. If you are using open source databases, or if you are using some real-time big data analytics projects, we'll go for this memory optimized. Then what is mean by storage optimized? When we will go for storage optimized? See here, we will go for storage optimized in case of high network performance. See here, in case of relational databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, NoSQL databases, if you want to store some large amount of data, again it is for the performance. Don't confuse between memory and storage. There is a difference. Memory is nothing but similar to RAM, but storage is similar to your hard disk. Memory is nothing but similar to your RAM, but storage is nothing but your hard disk. How much of data we are going to store? To store the large amount of data. Store the large amount of data. Like MySQL or any Oracle projects and all, will choose the storage optimized. Here, it is not to store, it is to process the large amount of data. And then the difference. Memory optimized, that large amount of data in how much speed I am going to process. This is how I am going to store the large amount of data. That is called storage optimized. Then what is mean by accelerated computing? Computing, we know it is a calculation. Then accelerated computing means we know it is a calculation. Then accelerated computing means large number of calculation, more calculative projects, not a simple calculative project. If you want to choose more calculative projects, we need to go for accelerated computing. See here, if you are working in some computational finance project, or if you are working in some speech recognition projects, or any drug discovery, or any autonomous vehicle tracking, or if you are working in seismic analysis in order to identify the earthquakes or any natural calamities before itself, that type of projects and all, we will use the accelerated computing. ஒருவேளை எனக்கு earthquake நான் கண்டுபிடிக்கணும், சுனாமியை கண்டுபிடிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு என்ன number of calculations இருக்கு. டைரக்டா we cannot detect the like tomorrow the earthquake will occur and முன்னாடி எல்லாம் கணிச்சிட முடியாது. அப்போ we have some round big number of calculations we have. So at that time I can go for this accelerated computing. Appo we have different purposes. One is general purpose, other one is compute optimized, other one is memory optimized, and other one is accelerated computing we have. Okay, yeah. So finally, recently only they have introduced this HPC optimized. Recently they have introduced this HPC optimized. High performance and expensive as well. இப்போ பெரிய பெரிய companies, for example Amazon or Flipkart, they won't be choosing they will be investing huge amount because they are mainly focused upon their performance. So at that time we need to choose this HPC optimized because of the high performance and expensive. We need to choose this HPC optimized. We need to choose. We have different families. One is general purpose, other one is compute optimized. We have memory storage, we have memory optimized, we have accelerated computing, and other one is we have HPC optimized. But general purpose எதுக்கு போறோம், moderate எனக்கு நார்மலான behavior இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா we can go for general purpose. If you are working in some calculative projects அப்படின்னா we can go for compute optimized. If you are focusing upon memory based projects, database projects, in order to process the large amount அப்படின்னா you need to choose this memory optimized. If you are storing some large amount of data, at that time we need to go for storage optimized. If you are working in some high calculative projects, at that time I can go for accelerated computing. Or you don't want to bother, I need these five categories. In each category it should be behaving. I need a good performance. I don't want to bother whether it is of memory or it is of storage or it is of calculative projects and all. Everything I need. Anything my storage should do, anything my hardware should handle, At that time I can go for HPC optimized. Obviously, it is more expensive when compared to the above 5 families. Guys, any doubt?
The difference of HPC and then high generation optimization.
Difference between HPC and
High optimization.
accelerated
computing.
இது ரெண்டுத்துக்கான டிஃபரன்ஸா?
மொத்தம் ஜெனரல் கம்ப்யூட் மெமரி ஸ்டோரேஜ் ஆக்சுவலி இது 5க்கும் HPCக்கும் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கேட்டேன்.
அதுதான் இப்போ இதுல யாருக்கு முதல்ல ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்றது, கால்குலேட்டிவ் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் தான் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்றாங்க, கரெக்ட்டா?
ஓகே.
இதுல யார் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்றா, மெமரியை மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி இவங்க வாங்குறாங்க இந்த ஸ்டோரேஜ் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப்ல. இங்க ஸ்டோரேஜை மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப்பா வாங்குறாங்க, கரெக்ட்டா? இதுல ஹை கால்குலேட்டிவ் லார்ஜ் நம்பர் ஆஃப் கால்குலேட்டிவ் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்றாங்க. பட் ஹியர் எனக்கு கம்ப்யூட் ப்ராஜெக்டா இருந்தாலும் என்னுடைய இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் ஒர்க் ஆகணும், மெமரி ஆப்டிமைஸ் மெமரி பேஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்டா இருந்தாலும் என்னுடைய இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும், ஸ்டோரேஜ் பேஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்டா இருந்தாலும் என்னுடைய இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும், ஹை ஹேண்ட் கால்குலேட்டிவ் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் ஆனாலும் என்னுடைய இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணணும். எல்லாத்துலயுமே ஹை பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் கொடுக்கிறவர் தான் எனக்கு வேணும். அதனால we are choosing HPC optimized. அதுல இருந்த எல்லாத்தையுமே இவர் சப்போர்ட் பண்றாரு வித் ஹை பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ். ஓகேயா?
ஓகே ப்ரோ.
அது சாலமன் மார்ஷல்.
ஓகே சார்.
சரி, இப்போ என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா ஐ வில் கம் ஹியர் அகைன். ஸோ இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் நான் செலக்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு. அப்போ நான் என்ன செலக்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன் அப்படின்னா, இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு ஓஎஸ் வாங்கியாச்சு. ஓஎஸ் நம்ம டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டோம், எங்க வச்சு டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டோம், ஏஎம்ஐல எனக்கு லினக்ஸ் வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நான் டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டேன். சாஃப்ட்வேர் டிசைட் ஆயாச்சு. ஹார்ட்வேரும் எங்க சொல்லிட்டேன், இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப்ல சொல்லிட்டேன். ஹார்ட்வேர்ல இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப் சொல்லிட்டேன். என்னென்ன சொல்லிட்டேன், எனக்கு ஒரு சிபியு வேணும், ஒரு virtual CPU வேண்டும். I need 1 GB RAM. I need 1 GB RAM. And my network performance நான் கொடுத்துட்டேன். My network performance கொடுத்துட்டேன். இன்னும் நம்ம ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க் வாங்கல, அதுக்கு தனியா ஆப்ஷன் கீழே இருக்கு. இன்னும் நம்ம ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க் சொல்லவே இல்லை. எனக்கு 256 GB வேணும், 500 GB வேணும்லாம் யாரும் சொல்லல. As of now we have selected one virtual CPU. எனக்கு 1 GB RAM வேணும், நெட்வொர்க் பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் ஓரளவுக்கு இருந்தா போதும் சொல்லிட்டு we have selected. அவ்வளவுதான். இன்னும் நான் ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க் நம்ம கடைசியா தான் சூஸ் பண்ண போறோம். எனக்கு 500 GB வேணுமா, இல்ல SSD வேணுமா, இல்ல HDD வேணுமா, இல்ல மேக்னெட்டிக் ஆப்டிமைசேஷன் வேணுமா, அதெல்லாம் லேட்டரா தான் பார்க்கணும். There is one option called key pair logging. There is one option called key pair logging. Key pair, again as I said, it is also under the name of key value pair. இதுவும் என்ன அப்படின்னா key value pair. The key pair login அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னா, so சின்ன கான்செப்ட் மட்டும் சொல்றேன். இங்க பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா AWS என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படின்னா, this is my virtual machine, this is my virtual machine, this is the virtual machine which I am creating. By default, AWS will protect this machine by the firewall. By default, AWS will protect the machine by means of firewall. Firewall is nothing but a security. No one can easily access your system. No one can easily access your system. If I try to access this virtual machine, this firewall will block me here itself. This firewall will block me here itself. He will ask for the key pair name. What is your key pair? What is your key pair? Give that key pair login credentials and then you go and access your virtual machine. If you don't have a key pair, you are not authorized to access this virtual machine. Virtual machine by default AWS என்ன பண்ணிருக்கு அப்படின்னா ஒரு ஃபயர்வாலை வச்சு ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு. ஃபயர்வால் யாருமே ஈஸியா உள்ள ஆக்சஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. அப்படி உங்களுக்கு ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா நான் என்ன பண்ணிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா ஒரு கீபேர் கொடுக்குறேன். அந்த கீபேரை கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா இந்த ஃபயர்வால் என்ன பண்ணுவாரு, ஓகே கீபேர் இருந்தா பரவாயில்ல, நான் உங்க உள்ள அனுப்புறேன். கீபேர் இல்லையா, உனக்கு ஆத்தரைஸ்டே கிடையாது, நீ வெளியே போயிடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுறேன். இப்போ கன்சிடர் இது வந்து ஒரு ஹோம், இட் இஸ் அன் ஹோம், இட் இஸ் அன் மெயின் கேட். என்னால மெயின் கேட் கீ இல்லாமையே போயிட்டு டோரை ஓபன் பண்ணிட முடியாது. எனக்கு மெயின் கேட்டுக்கான கீ கிடைச்சாதான் ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு ஓபன் பை வீட்டோட கதவை நம்ம திறக்க முடியும். கேட்டே சாத்தி இருக்கும் போது என்னால டைரக்டா போயிட்டு டோரை உள்ள போய் கேட் உள்ளே எப்படி போக முடியும்? அப்ப அங்கேயே நமக்கு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் ஆயிடும். அப்போ கீ பேர் இஸ் டெஃபினெட்லி we need in order to access our virtual machine. Without a key pair we cannot access our virtual machine. Without a key pair we cannot access our virtual machine. Is any doubt till now? Okay guys, again we have different option before creating an EC2. இன்னும் நமக்கு எக்கச்சக்கமான ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. Again let's connect tomorrow. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த நீங்களே கூகுள் போயிட்டு நான் லிங்க் கொடுத்துட்டேன் அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த சர்ச்சிங் ப்ராக்டிஸ் வராது. இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப்னு போங்க. இந்த இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ் டைப்பை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. ஜெனரல் பர்பஸ்னா என்னன்னு ஒரு வாட்டி படிங்க, என்னென்னலாம் இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை ஆப்டிமைஸ், வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை மெமரி ஆப்டிமைஸ், வாட் இஸ் ஆக்சிலரேட்டட் கம்ப்யூட்டிங். யூ கோ த்ரூ ஒன்ஸ் பிஃபோர் கமிங் இன்டு நெக்ஸ்ட் செஷன். Okay, then only you will be getting a number of knowledge. The documentation in AWS is very much clear. See here, if you take a notes also, இந்த அளவு கிளியரா இருக்குமான்னு சொல்லி நமக்கு தெரியாது. ஆனா AWS is giving some பக்கா documentation. They have a clear documentation what we are going to do, what is the next step, step by step process. They have a clear documentation. Okay, so before coming into next session, have a one glance and then come back to the next session. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow.